Well guys, my name is Wes and today I am going to show you my ultimate toy I could ever imagine buying for my son. And I've been building it for him and Dad's been enjoying it. My papa has been enjoying it, Grandpa, and my son Skip. We've all just been having a blast with this thing. And even my wife has gotten pretty competitive at driving these cars with me on the track. Now, this has been a side project of mine for a while. If you haven't been following the channel, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm brand new here on my own channel, but I've been doing a lot here on YouTube for about 7 years. And I decided I wanted to have my own channel now where I could do some of these fun projects that I do in my spare time that may not always align with what else I do as far as RC. So today we are checking out the AFX slot car track I have been building here for my son. And we got the track from Motion RC, and then recently they actually sponsored me by sending all the cars you're going to see around the track tonight as we assemble on our project. And a big shout out to them. They have been a huge part of my life for a very long time, and they are the reason I get to do YouTube every day. So big shout out to Motion RC. I cannot thank them enough for the opportunities I've been given here on YouTube. So tonight, guys, we are going to continue on assembling it. Now, if you've caught the last episode, what we've done since then, it was a very labor-intensive thing, but we actually put in 4x4 posts on the corner to get this thing to where it cannot move anymore. I have also sheeted the entire bottom half of the table with hardy board that is pre-painted white, and that really gave it a nice finish, and it keeps kids from getting under the table now. There's no worse thing if you're building one of these than having all those exposed wires under this table, even though I've ran them as nice as I can, where a kid can get underneath and play in the wires and unplug things. So we've sheeted all that off with an access point on this side so I can get underneath the track for any kind of services. But outside of that, the other things that were included in this, I also asked them to send me the catch finches that you can see around the inside turn. I kept having cars depart and go into the grandstands, and I knew once I paint it and put the people in it, that would be catastrophic with all the work that goes into putting one of those together. So we put up the catch fences and we've been testing with those, and they do stop the cars now from ever getting in the grandstand, so I am ready to paint the grandstand. Now, another big upgrade to the track that I have completed outside of that as far as the visual looks is the custom lap counting system tower is now painted. I did do a video on just how I made that lap counting system if you're interested in it. But for now, that's how that's looking. It's beautiful. Dunlap tower really hasn't had anything else done to it to this point, but I do plan on filling it and starting to sand it for its painting steps very soon. The last little Easter egg thing that I put up there is in the corner of the track, I have the Rain Corps from Star Wars, and these are the coasters that you can get at Disney's Galaxy's Edge Land. A friend of mine is a huge Star Wars fan. His name's Kyle, and I do plan on getting a tour of his cool collection at some point, but dude, he's taken me to that place a couple times, knows I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I wanted to implement some Star Wars into my track, and so that's my little homage to Star Wars in the corner of my track. Now, for tonight, what we're gonna start doing is getting the trees glued on. Now, I'm out of glue, so I am going to take a little bit of glue and put it on the back of my glue stick and make those one piece. And then what I'm using to put the trees in tonight is just a simple hot glue gun. Now, I have had this Ryobi hot glue gun for several years now, and there is no better tool for the arts and craftser in the world than this little thing right here. So what I want to do is go on and pre-poke a hole where I want the tree by just simply poking it down into the foam like that. Then I'm going to get me a glob of glue. And put it back in the hole. Sounds complicated, but I promise it's this easy. Hold it until the glue has a chance to set up. It is at liquid lava temperature, and you can't be in a rush. Now, I'm going to go on and continue on with this, and we will catch back with you here in just a minute. All right, so I went handheld for a second. Guys, I've gone around the track, and as you can see, I've installed all the palm trees around the track, and it really does make a big difference on the overall look of it. So from the driver's station now, you actually have to look through stuff to drive on the track. It just adds that little bit. Now, I was kind of strategic on where I placed my trees. You know, over here, you don't really have to reach out that often and get a car right off of that. And then right here where there's a turn and you do reach all the time, I tried to keep the trees shorter and out of the way. As we go further out on the track, the trees get a little bit bigger. In their visual line of sight right out there in the middle, you've got the bigger trees. And then once again, up on this corner over here, I kept the trees really short because they're right there on the edge. And I know guys are gonna be knocking it off, and kids, so I tried to keep them shorter over here. There is a piece of plexiglass right here. I kept having cars depart off of the straightaway here and off into the window. So a piece of plexiglass right there has stopped all of that. Anyway, guys, I've had a lot of fun working on this the last few weeks, and I hope you've been enjoying this content. If you are, hit the subscribe button, at least hit the like button. I'm new to this whole doing it for myself YouTube, and I'm having a blast at it, guys. So anyway, if you're interested in it, keep on following, and if you haven't built something cool lately, man, this is a pretty fun thing to make. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.